Hey everybody, Lawrence Michael, Operations Manager for Air Quality Remediation, doing our weekly video upload. We just started a new commercial project at an apartment complex. This apartment complex has multiple buildings, and in the basement of all the buildings, where all the tenants store their personal belongings in each specific area where they're allocated to put their stuff, there is remediation and restoration services that are needed. This is day one of our project. It'll be a pretty lengthy project because of the multiple buildings, and they're pretty much all the same. So given the fact that we do a weekly upload video, each building should take about a week, so it'll coincide pretty well. So this is our first day on site, so I wanted to give you guys a look at what was going on, what we have to set up on day one, and then on Friday when we do our next weekly upload, I'll show you guys the walkthrough of what everything looks like when it's done. So it'll be a pretty good video montage so you guys can see what a started project looks like versus a finished project, and then of course we'll do it for all the buildings and give you guys a pretty good look at what we deal with. So starting out, as always, is our containment door. Our containment door is to eliminate cross-contamination into the unaffected area. In this case, the unaffected area is the rest of the living space where all the tenants actually are. So we put up our caution tape, our warning signage, authorized personnel only, hazardous material decon is what we're doing, and then it goes into what the PPE is that's required for this containment, and then all of our contact information if there was an issue, if someone from the apartment complex needed to get a hold of one of us for some reason, if there was an emergency and we had to do a head count or something like that, all of our contact information is right there. So going inside our containment, we'll kind of get an overview of what we got going on. So there's a number of water incursion issues, some water leaks, some relative humidity issues. So we have some mold issues and then some effervescent issues, it's called. Concrete, which is the foundation that this is built on. Concrete is made up of a couple different components, but a lot of it is called silica dust, and when silica dust gets wet, it breaks down and creates this effervescence that I'll show you guys here in a little bit. As always, our staple equipment, HEPA vacuums, another one there, our negative air machines, which again, our HEPA negative air machines is high efficiency particle air machines. Our paint sprayer, where we spray on our encapsulant once everything's been treated. And we will be installing a new dehumidifier in this space. That's our brand new dehumidifier that we'll be installing. And our dehumidifier is going to go right in here where the paint sprayer is currently sitting. Reason being was once we put our dehumidifier in this space, we can run the dehumidifier discharge into this bucket, which has a sump pump in it. And then that sump pump can take the water and pump it out. So we can lower that relative humidity, which is one of the issues that are causing mold growth and effervescence in the space. So in here, there are each different allotted area for the tenants to put their personal belongings. So pretty much each one is the same kind of ordeal. You can see here where the guys have started the demo. So all this drywall was cut out, and you can see the rust on the metal frame from where there was a water incursion issue over the years. So the guys have cut out this drywall, but I had them leave this piece of drywall so you could see what it looked like before. So there's the mold issues, the black, and then the water staining, which is that brown or tan color. And then some more mold issues there. So this drywall will have to get taken out too, but I wanted just to be able to show you a comparison from what the drywall looked like before it was taken down. And then we have our wood studs, which also have a lot of water staining on them and then mold growth on them as well. So this all have to be removed. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time going through the entire basement because it pretty much looks the same in every area. But here's another idea of the mold growth on the ceiling that'll have to be taken out. So the drywall ceilings pretty much look the same all throughout, so I won't take too much of your time and walk through the entire basement, but I just wanted to give you guys a look at what we were seeing on day one. More studs that'll have to get removed. And I'll show you guys a spot of the effervescence on the concrete block walls. Guess we'll back up here and show you this demo that's done too. Some more drywall that was taken out. And again, those metal framing studs that the drywall mounts to is all rusted. So if you see, this concrete block wall here is unsealed, untreated, whereas this one is sealed and treated. So this has been done before, and it's holding up pretty good. Now you have to remember, tenants are in and out of here. When they move their stuff in, they move their stuff out. Things happen, stuff gets hit, it gets bumped, so it's not uncommon for the walls to get hit. And here's some more mold on drywall. And here's some more in the corner. Over here is another negative air machine. Because the space is so big, we have to run 2 large negative air machines to establish enough negative air pressure in the space. I turned them off just now so that they weren't loud during the video, but once I get done the video, I'll turn them back on. Here's some more mold on the drywall ceiling. Some more mold on the drywall ceiling. Here's another containment door. This door is an emergency exit. We won't be using it. This is just for in case of an emergency. So we do have the combination to the door. We can use it to get out if we needed to in the event of a fire or anything else is going on. We could use it as an emergency exit. Over here, another one, same thing. Emergency exit that we could use if we needed to. So over here we can see the concrete breaking down from it getting wet. You can see this metal around this firebox is totally corroded and rusted. This is going to have to get replaced, but that'll be a fire protection company that'll have to deal with that. And here's some more effervescence, so we can see the water staining that was dripping down the wall, and what we see here is mold on the top. So there was a water drip here. We can see the evidence of the water dripping down the wall. And then over time the concrete starts to break down, create that effervescence, and so we have to grind this all off to get it back to a sturdy, rigid concrete foundation. HEPA vacuum it, sanitize it with an antimicrobial solution, and then seal it to prevent that from coming back in the future. They will still have to address the initial cause of the water incursion, but we see a ton of other storage containers or storage units. Here is some more demo that's in a process. So once they cut the drywall off, pull it all down, we'll bag up all this debris and then go through and HEPA vacuum and sanitize all the surfaces. And then the studs in this case are wood over here. These wood studs will get encapsulated as well. Oh no, I'm sorry. They were just so rusted. They are metal studs over here. There is a wood joist, but again, these are just so rusted out from water damage. Pallets that have mold on them that we'll have to remove. And then we circle back around to our new dehumidifier. This one's pretty cool. When we set it up and I do our final walkthrough, I'll show you guys. It's pretty slick. It'll tell you the temperature and the relative humidity of the air that it's sucking in, so the ambient temperature and the ambient relative humidity that it's sucking in. And then it'll also tell you the relative humidity and the temperature that it's discharging after it's been dehumidified. Which in the past, our other dehumidifiers, we had to use a specific thermal imaging camera and moisture meter to tell us, which wasn't a big deal, but the fact that the dehumidifier can do it itself, that's pretty cool. This white on here, on this concrete foundation, that's all the effervescence we were talking about. So even though this is an interior wall, it's still starting to break down. We'll have to go through and grind it all off, HEPA vacuum it, sanitize it, and then encapsulate it with a sealer. And so that's about it. I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at what we had going on. I know this video kind of ran long, so I don't want to take too much more of your time. I'll make another video on Friday when we finish up this building and show you guys the comparison of the before and after. Show you the transformation, and then on the following Monday I'll make a video in the next building. So if you guys have any questions, obviously if you need any indoor air quality help, whether it's mold or lead or duct cleaning or water and fire damage, silica dust, just give us a call, message us on any of our social media platforms, check us out on our website. I'll be more than happy to talk to you and help you in any way that I can. So everybody stay safe, and we'll see you next week.